welcome to the channel today. Do something a little bit different. We're going to be focusing on planting pineapple. This is kind of the year I'm exploring the pineapples. And there's kind of three different ways you can do the pineapples. You can go to the, like Amazon. I got these, I think from Hello Organics. And these are little pups. This is a jade pineapple plant. They're spineless. They're also supposed to be coreless. So I think there's $25 for 4 of them, no shipping. So you're going to get these little small plants. I've not looked at these plants yet, so we're going to take them out, separate them. Not root bound at all, so we're not going to mess with the roots. I do not like messing with the roots on plants unless you got a peach tree or some big tree. We're just going to plant this thing in here in this size pot. I may have to pot them up later. I have put some awesome coat in them, about a little bit, and so that gives kind of the first fertility of them. And this is the same way. That's about the kind of roots you want on them. And like I say, you're going to have to be careful with these because they're going to dry out real easy. And I'll be watering them in here and just when I get through with the video. That's a little bit low in the pot. I'll do the third one here. Same thing, just some roots that they're growing down. Not going to mess with that root ball at all. I'm just going to plant them in there like that, and those roots ought to take off and go. They don't look real pretty right now. They look nice. I'm not knocking them, but some people think that they all just look perfect. They're not going to. A little bit of the osmocote coat in there. Now this one I'm going to give to a friend, and so they're going to have to transport it. So I'm going to put it in a small pot so it can grow this pot. Cause they're going to be away from the house for about a month, so it ought to be just fine. It's a little bit bigger pot, and also be small enough that you can put a solo cup or something over it. Will protect it whenever they're having to go. You don't want big chunks like that. And the potting mix that I used was 5 parts peat moss, 5 parts pine bark mulch, 1 part peat moss, and 1 part perlite. It's going to give you something like this and this consistency. That's kind of what you want. You don't want all spines because it's going to get waterlogged. You want some of those pine barks to give it some aeration to the soil. And that's the cheapest, kind of longest way to do it. So I'd have 4 plants there. Now this plant here, I said in other videos, I just took a top out of a pineapple, cut it off, put it in water for about 2 weeks. Just started growing roots. Put it in this pot. And like I say, it's looking good. It's doing fine. It's also a spineless one. Don't have any spines on the leaves. These leaves are the older leaves. So you see, this dying back is the lack of water. But now they're growing full out and looking good. These are looking good. So don't think we have any problems like that. The next way you can do it, you can buy bigger plants. I was at JRN2 Nursery out of south part of Houston and bought some bigger ones. Okay, and these I'm putting in 5-gallon buckets. And get some more potting soil because it's not tall enough. And this one here already has a little bit of pineapple on it. This costs $10. It's got 2 of them in it. That's why I bought it instead of the other ones that only had 1. And it does have spines on it, and they will get you. So I'm going to put this in a bigger pot. But I don't think this is going to be a big enough pot, especially for 2 of them. If this all falls apart, ouch. Again, roots do not look bad. So we'll set this down in here. And steal from this one to put soil around this one here. I feel about halfway up on the pot. Take some more osmocote, put in there so I have enough fertility in it. And like I say, with the Osmocote, you're not going to burn the roots, or shouldn't. And go ahead and fill it up to the same level it was in the nursery on the old pot. You don't want to overplant them. And again, I'm going to water these in good after the video is over. I figure everybody's watered before, so, and I'll water it good. I'll probably put a little bit of Miracle Grow in the water and water it down good and try to make sure I don't mess with that so it'll grow. Now, like I say, these were $10 a piece there at JRN 2 Nursery. There's a third way you can do it. And that, we had another one. Now this one, though, it's in a smaller pot. It already had a nice little pineapple on it. This one's $16.99 is the only one they had. So we're going to buy it because I've never had a fresh pineapple. I just kind of like to know what one tastes like. Because it's going to take approximately, they say 12 to 18 months, and some of them would say even all the way up to 2 years, to make fruit from those small ones. Well, that's a long time. So I'd hate to do something like I grew some jujubes and spent a lot of money, bought different varieties, and then after we got it growing, we didn't like jujubes, so I wouldn't want to spend a bunch of money on this one. Now these, that's not good having circling roots, but I'm not going to mess with them. Despite what a lot of people tell you, I don't think it's good to mess with the roots. Again, unless it's a fruit tree, that root's going to continue to grow around and will choke off the tree. Because what happened on a tree, if you got a root and you got this as a stem, and that root grows around, as that root gets bigger, it chokes off that middle tap root or the main part of the root. Especially on something like a pine tree, it is really bad. But these aren't pine trees. And I think they'll be okay. Some people disagree with me, but that's how I do it. And I figure when I'm making a channel, I should tell you how I actually do it, not necessarily what's the proper way or how other people say you should do it. Again, I'm trying not to stress this plant as much as I can because I don't want it to lose its fruit, which can happen. And I will tell you up front, this is the first time I've grew pineapples. Well, I grew one as a kid in the backyard and got it growing. And it grew for a whole month or so, maybe 2 months. And about that size, winter came, and when it got below freezing, it killed it. But I did keep it alive in its regular native dirt in Central Texas. Of course, it didn't make anything, didn't flower, didn't do that, but you know, that's how I did it. That's how I'm gonna plant them. I'll keep you updated on these plants, see how they do, except for that one I'm giving away. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. Like I say, I'm gonna water them down good, make sure the water flushes through them. One thing you do want to make on plants, you want that water to go through them, because over time, if you just water a plant lightly, or you put a dish underneath it to catch that water and water never flows outside of it, salt will build up, even if it's organic. Now, I don't use organics in my pots, but even if it's organic, they're going to build up salts because manures have a lot of salt in them, and if you're not flushing out those salts, they're just going to keep getting more and more salt, and that's going to hurt your plants. But anyway, this is what we're doing, and we'll see how it works. Thanks for watching.